Hi there, Christmas in the Galapagos. There are still wonderful places at some of our favorite luxury yachts. Let me show you just one of them that we found for your family. I'm going to share my screen. We'll go through the Ecuador itinerary together. Here it is. So Ecuador has a new requirement for entry. If you are coming from another country in South America, like Bolivia or Peru, let me know because you will need a yellow fever vaccination. If you are not combining the trip with other countries, you're all set. All you need is your passport. So I just want to throw that out there because it's very common to combine countries. Here's a tip. If you are planning to combine Ecuador with another country, go to Ecuador first, and then you won't need yellow fever. So for Christmas, there are so many different options in the Galapagos. Of course, they sell out months in advance. It's one of the top seasons in the islands. So you do have to plan ahead of time. So I'm glad that you're thinking about it right now because there are still some beautiful cabins available. I always suggest combining the islands with some of the mainland. Ecuador has so much to offer between the beautiful colonial cities to volcanoes to the largest market in the South American continent. So there's lots and lots of culture and beautiful experiences to be had here. So we have 3 nights in Quito, followed by 6 days, 5 nights on a luxury cruise in the Galapagos. And this is what it would look like. December 22nd, you're going to fly into Quito. If you're coming from the United States or Canada, there's no jet lag. You're just flying south. There's no time change. So it's a really great place to unwind because you're not losing a day resting. Once you arrive, as always, with State Adventures, big sign with your name on it. Our team waiting for you. Private car takes you to the hotel downtown. So Quito is a pretty large city and has an old town and a new town. I chose a hotel in the old town simply because I love looking out the window, seeing the beautiful, colorful buildings. There's a lot of churches, there's a lot of activity. So you will see a lot of indigenous people along with Quito natives exploring living their life in the old town. So it's a great place to unwind. And of course, there's plenty of restaurants and things to enjoy around the hotel. Plaza Grande historical building, beautiful suites. So for a party of three, we would have 2 rooms. If you want a triple room, just let me know and we will find one of their bigger rooms that has 2 double beds or 2 queen beds, and we can do a triple. The following day, after breakfast at the hotel, you're going to explore the highlights of Quito with the same guy that would have picked you up at the airport. He's going to join you. He's going to show you the equator line, all the colorful places around Quito, like the cathedral, the main square, all of those different, doors we're going to peek into along the way. We're going to taste some chocolate with an experience. We're going to have lunch near a volcano right at the crater. So there's a lot of really wonderful places to add. Of course, we can tweak it. If you love museums, we can add those. If you love hiking, we can go to the top of Pichincha and do a little climbing there. So there's lots to see and do, but we already have a pretty amazing plan here for you. So let me know your thoughts. Lunch is included, and then dinner you can enjoy at the hotel or explore the square. Then on December 24th, we're going to go outside of the city and we have lots of options here. I chose Cotopaxi simply because it's so different from Quito. This is a national volcano park. There is lagoons, there's horseback riding, there's haciendas, which is local ranches where you will see how, people live here in the Andes. There's along the way to Cotopaxi, you will pass villages and markets. We'll have a traditional Ecuadorian lunch, enjoy hiking or horseback riding, whatever it is that you'd like to see. You'll see llamas and alpacas along the way. It's a great experience. And then when you return to Quito, we will have a reservation for you at Nuema restaurant. It is the #1 restaurant in Ecuador, one of the top 50 restaurants in the world. So it's a really exciting thing for Ecuador. They finally made the list. So we are all very proud. And I have personally eaten at this place. It is like a journey across the country through your plate. It's probably 12 courses that you're going to be served. Wonderful experience. And then December 25th, we are off to the island. So we're going to take you to the airport. And at the airport, we have a Galapagos assistant. They will help you with your entry tickets, ID cards, boarding passes, going through customs, checking your luggage. Everything is very protected for the islands. So there's a lot of stops. It gets really complicated. That's why we have somebody at the airport to help you, put you right on the flight. 2.5 hours and you're in the islands. Once you're in the islands, the Sirius will be picking you up. So the Galaxy Sirius is one of the newer boats. It has 9 cabins. It allows 16 people. What's wonderful about it, besides it being brand new, spacious cabins, all of the bells and whistles like hot tubs and kayaks, stand-up paddle boards. The beautiful thing is they have two guides, nationalist guides on board. This means that the groups that you will go off on are small. There are no more than 8 people visiting the sites. So this is really great for your excursions, for your snorkeling. You're not spending a lot of time waiting. Maximum 16 people on board anyway, so it's very casual, very laid back. I just love the small 16 people boats because it does give you that feeling. You get to know everyone, and whoever goes to the Galapagos is a very similar adventure, wildlife loving person. So usually you meet some really wonderful people along the way. So great boat. 2 cabins are available. So I have a king cabin for the 2 of you, and for your daughter, there is a single cabin that is just a little bit smaller, and it has a shared balcony. So it is beautiful because you're not paying full price for a single supplement, but she still has her own space, a beautiful room. So I love that. It's cabin number 1 for your daughter. And so then you will be in the Galapagos for 6 days, 5 nights, getting off the boat at least 2 or 3 times a day, snorkeling at least once a day, and really taking advantage of the circuit of the Central Islands and going up to Genovesa as well in the north. So every day it will be something different. White sand beaches, red sand beaches, different colonies of animals. There's penguins in Bartholomew. There's giant tortoises on Santa Cruz. There's all sorts of animals that you're going to experience and see. If you are into birding, this is your paradise. And you will see all kinds of different landscapes, beautiful soft sand, as well as lava rocks, as well as climbing, as well as red. So it's just such a fantastic place. Of course, you'll be in the water every day between swimming, snorkeling, or kayaking, or stand-up paddle boarding, being in a panga on and off. So although it is a pretty full itinerary, you will have time to relax on the boat, to enjoy a cocktail, sunsets, things like that. The guides do a really wonderful job. These itineraries are actually planned 2 years in advance to make sure there's not too many people visiting each animal at once. And it's really, really protected. I just love that about the Galapagos. It's like no place in the world. And the reason you go there is no predator for the animals, so they don't have any fear. So when you come near sea lions, birds will land near you and won't fly away because they're not scared. Really wonderful experience, fantastic for families. And the season is from December to March is when the water is really warm and calm. So it's my favorite time to go, and also why it's peak season. For the rest of the year, starting maybe June, the water starts getting cooler and cooler, and then we wear wetsuits. They're provided for you even if you want to wear wetsuits in December, but just so you know, you don't really have to because the water will be quite warm. And then December 30th, after all of your excursions, all of your meals, everything included, we will take you back to the airport in the Galapagos and fly you back to the mainland, to Quito or Guayaquil. There's 2 airports, and then you fly home. So you will still make it home for New Year's Eve. And I just love that because there's a lot to see and do, but you still will have some break before going back to school, before going back to work for the New Year's. If you do have extra days, of course, we can add the Amazon jungle. We can add the cloud forest of Mashpi. There's so many wonderful places to explore in Ecuador. I've personally been 7 times. It's one of my favorite places in the world. I'm here to help. I've been specializing in the Galapagos for the last 19 years, and I would love to help you make it there as well. Thanks so much, and happy travels.